20 million people is like arresting every person in the state of New York. It's like arresting every person in the state of Florida. 20 million people is all the residents in New York, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, and Philadelphia, America's largest cities. And if there's just one thing that you take home from this conference this year, it should be the enormity of this disaster. And as I've spoken about this 20 million crossover here, I'm astounded at the response from this group at large. It's a surprise. Everyone knows it's big, but 20 million? 20 fucking million? Are you kidding me? I mean, that's the response I get from the people that know this stuff. Imagine America out there that has no clue how deep we're into this. And as we all know, these arrests happen one or two at a time, one or two people at a time. And it's usually a very personal tragedy, cruel, unjust, even barbaric in its application. America's trail of 20 million arrests for marijuana is littered with wrecked and shattered lives. And it's important to remember those that the government has arrested and broken on this road. The first person in this line is Sam R. Caldwell, arrested October 5, Wednesday night, October 5, 1937. Arraigned October 6, 1937. Sentenced October 7, 1937 to 4 years in Leavenworth Penitentiary for selling 2 joints. America's first arrest was a paradigm for what was to follow. Sam Caldwell died of stomach cancer 3.5 years after the sentence was imposed. Now let's fast forward 71 years to the 21st century, to Jonathan Magby of Washington, D.C., who died on October 30th, 2004, while incarcerated for marijuana. Jonathan was sentenced to 10 days in jail for 1 joint. Jonathan was a 28-year-old black man, paraplegic, paralyzed from his neck down, confined to a wheelchair for 20 years. He was stopped in a car, he had 1 joint on him, and the judge didn't like his sassy attitude in court and sentenced the little son of a gun to 10 days in jail to get his attitude right. Jonathan required a respirator to breathe at night. His mother tried desperately for 4 days to get the respirator through the red tape of the prison, of the jail in Washington, D.C. And the day she got it through the red tape, they ambulanced Jonathan out the back end of the prison. He had died from respiratory collapse. He drowned in his own mucus. Right in our nation's capital, 4 or 5 miles from the White House, 3 or 4 miles from the DEA. It was just 4 days into his 10-day jail sentence. Jonathan Magby is the patron saint of unicorns. You don't understand that reference. About 3 weeks ago, John Walters, the DEA head, was asked about marijuana incarcerations, and he said, it's so rare. It's so rare. Finding someone in jail for marijuana is like finding a unicorn. Right down the street from his friggin' office. We killed a unicorn. We have to take responsibility for that. And then there's another prisoner, a prisoner of his own body, a guy named Timothy Guerin from the other Washington, the state of Washington, the good Washington. Timothy was first in line for an organ transplant. He needed a new liver. And last spring, a medical administrator found traces of marijuana metabolites in his blood from medical marijuana prescribed and administered by his own doctor. And for that grievous offense, Timothy was bounced off the organ donor list and died while his case was under appeal. The marijuana arrest list goes on and on and on, one tragedy at a time. If 20 million if the 20 million arrestees were standing in a line like people queued up waiting to go into a movie, that line would be 11,000 miles long, halfway around the world. Tell me, is that enough? Is America going to have to make an additional 20 million arrests before we arrive at enough? Now tell me, is 20 million enough?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Anyone?
Yes.
Yes?
Enough.
Too damn much. Well, here we are at the well, we're not at the end of this conference, but we're in the company of those on this planet that can do something about this problem. We all have a communal responsibility to assist each other to make sure that the 20 million that we arrested, the 20 million that we arrested last Friday is the last generation of Americans to be arrested. And it's time to get angry, get active, badger those people in public office to do something about this. And one of the essential elements of this whole thing is we need a 21st century update of the Schaefer Commission, so we've got the evidence and the shit hat, if you will, when the shit rains down in Congress, when they take the vote to solve this problem, that people will have the ability to defend their vote with the truth. Thank you very much.